Jackie Chan risked everything with his body. Bruce Lee risked everything with his ideas. Two legends, two very different paths. One changed martial arts forever. The other survived long enough to redefine action cinema. In this video, we're not asking who was stronger. We're exploring how discipline, mastery, and risk shape two completely different paths to greatness, and what their choices can teach us today. But paths like these don't appear overnight. They're shaped by timing, environment, and the choices made long before the world is watching. To understand how these two legends diverged, we have to go back to where it all began. Bruce Lee's journey didn't begin on a movie set. It began with identity, struggle, and a search for truth. Born in 1940 in San Francisco and raised in Hong Kong, Bruce Lee grew up between cultures, never fully belonging to one world or the other. As a teenager, he turned to martial arts, not for fame, but for control. Control over fear, control over chaos, control over himself. Under the guidance of Ip Man, Bruce Lee learned discipline through structure, precise movements, efficiency, and restraint. Wing Chun taught him focus, economy of motion, respect for fundamentals. But Bruce Lee was never satisfied with tradition alone. He questioned rigid styles, he challenged fixed rules, and instead of preserving systems, he began stripping everything down to what actually worked. For Bruce Lee, martial arts wasn't just about fighting. It was about expression, adaptability, and truth. By the time he stepped into cinema, Bruce Lee wasn't trying to entertain the world. He was trying to change how the world understood martial arts itself. Jackie Chan's beginning was very different. There was no search for philosophical truth. There was no mission to change martial arts. Jackie Chan grew up inside a system. Trained from childhood at the China Drama Academy, where discipline wasn't optional, it was survival. Days were long, training was brutal, pain was normal. He learned acrobatics, timing, rhythm, and endurance. Not to express ideas, but to perform perfectly again and again. When Jackie Chan entered the film industry, he didn't arrive as a star. He struggled, he failed, and for years he was pushed into roles that tried and failed to turn him into the next Bruce Lee. It wasn't until Jackie Chan stopped copying others and started leaning into his own strengths. Physical comedy, real stunts, and relentless effort, that his path became clear. Jackie Chan didn't break the system. He endured it, adapted within it, and slowly reshaped it from the inside. Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan weren't rivals. In fact, for a brief moment, they stood on the same set, not as equals, but as master and student. Early in his career, Jackie Chan worked as a stunt performer in Bruce Lee's films. He watched closely, he learned quietly. Bruce Lee moved with clarity and intent, every action deliberate, every motion precise. Jackie Chan absorbed that discipline, but he also saw something else. He saw the cost. Bruce Lee's path demanded perfection. Jackie Chan's world demanded survival. And even then, you can see it. Two men standing near the same starting line, already preparing to walk in very different directions. Jackie Chan didn't optimize for perfection, he optimized for survival. In an industry that chewed through performers quickly, Jackie Chan built a career around one simple question: how do I keep going? He optimized for adaptability, changing styles, tones, and even genres when the moment demanded it. He optimized for endurance, repeating dangerous stunts not once, but hundreds of times until the timing felt right. And most of all, he optimized for connection. Jackie Chan understood something early. Audiences don't just admire skill, they relate to effort. They remember falls, they laugh at mistakes, and they root for the person who gets back up. Every injury, every scar, every outtake wasn't hidden. It became part of the story. Jackie Chan didn't aim to be untouchable. He chose to be human. And by doing so, he built a career that could last. For Bruce Lee, the goal was very different. He didn't optimize for survival. He optimized for truth. For Bruce Lee, mastery wasn't about enduring the system. It was about understanding reality as clearly as possible. He optimized for efficiency, removing what was unnecessary, keeping only what worked. Every movement had a reason. Every technique had to answer one question: does this reflect truth? Bruce Lee wasn't interested in style for the sake of tradition. He believed rigidity was a weakness, and that true mastery came from freedom, the ability to adapt instantly without hesitation. This mindset extended beyond martial arts, into philosophy, into identity, into how he saw the world. Bruce Lee didn't want to be remembered as a performer. He wanted to be understood as a thinker, someone who challenged people to question what mastery really meant. Now, before we move on, comment down below and tell us, who's your favorite martial arts movie star? Because next, we're going to put them side by side for a comparison. And for a long time, comparisons like this have been treated as battles. Scores, winners, losers. But when it comes to Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, that approach misses the point. Out of respect for both legacies, we're not here to crown a winner. Instead, we're breaking this down across 5 categories, not to decide who was better, but to understand how different their paths truly were and what each path made possible. First up, let's talk about discipline. Discipline was essential to both men, but they practiced it in very different ways. For Jackie Chan, discipline was physical and relentless. It was built through repetition, pain tolerance, and showing up again even when the body was already exhausted. Jackie Chan disciplined himself to endure reality, to survive an unforgiving industry by pushing his body further than most people ever would. Bruce Lee's discipline was internal, mental, philosophical. He disciplined himself to question tradition, to remove ego, and to eliminate anything that didn't serve truth or efficiency. Jackie Chan trained the body to keep going. Bruce Lee trained the mind to see clearly. Same word, discipline. 2 completely different meanings. Next, let's talk about mastery. Both men mastered their craft, but they defined mastery very differently. Bruce Lee mastery meant simplification, removing what was unnecessary, refining movement until only what worked remained. He believed true mastery wasn't about knowing more techniques, it was about understanding the essence behind them. For Jackie Chan, mastery meant complexity through repetition, perfecting timing, rhythm, and coordination across countless takes. His mastery wasn't about reducing movement, it was about controlling many moving parts at once under pressure. Bruce Lee mastered efficiency. Jackie Chan mastered execution. One stripped things down to their core. The other built layers until everything worked together. Now let's talk about risk. Both men took risks, but the kind of risk they accepted was very different. Jackie Chan risk was physical and constant. Real stunts, real injuries, real consequences. Every fall could end a career. Every mistake could change his future. Jackie Chan accepted risk as part of the process, believing that authenticity was worth the cost. Bruce Lee risk was intellectual and philosophical. He challenged traditions, questioned authority, and openly rejected rigid systems in a world that valued conformity. Bruce Lee risked misunderstanding, criticism, and isolation. Jackie Chan risked his body to earn trust. Bruce Lee risked his ideas to challenge truth. Different risks, different prices. Both paths demanded courage. Let's now take a look at their career and legacy. This is where their differences become most visible. Bruce Lee's impact came fast and burned bright. In a short span of time, he reshaped how martial arts were understood, not just on screen, but in philosophy, training, and identity. Bruce Lee's legacy isn't measured in decades, it's measured in influence, in ideas that outlived him and continue to shape generations. Jackie Chan's legacy was built through longevity. Decade after decade, he adapted, crossing cultures, evolving his style, and staying relevant as the industry changed. Jackie Chan didn't redefine martial arts overnight. He redefined action cinema over time. One left behind a philosophical blueprint. The other built a living archive of work. Different careers, different legacies, both impossible to ignore. Finally, let's talk about life and decisions, because beyond discipline, mastery, and risk, everything comes down to the choices they made. For Jackie Chan, decisions were practical, grounded, focused on sustainability. He chose to adapt rather than resist, to work within systems instead of fighting them, and to prioritize a life that allowed him to keep going, even if it meant compromise. Bruce Lee's decisions were ideological. He chose conviction over comfort, truth over acceptance, and personal philosophy over long-term safety. Bruce Lee lived with clarity, but at a cost. Jackie Chan lived with balance, but with limits. One path was driven by belief, the other by endurance. 2 different lives shaped by 2 very different decisions. In the end, Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee weren't chasing the same kind of greatness. Jackie Chan chose a path built on endurance, adapting, surviving, and connecting with audiences over decades. His greatness came from consistency, resilience, and the ability to keep going. Bruce Lee chose a path built on conviction, questioning systems, refining truth, and reshaping how the world understood mastery. His greatness came from clarity, impact, and ideas that outlived him. One path prioritized longevity, the other prioritized meaning, and neither was easy. This isn't a question of who was better, it's a reflection of what each man was willing to give up to become who they believed they needed to be. Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee remind us of something important. There isn't just one path to greatness. Some paths are built on endurance, others on conviction. Now it's your turn. Which path aligns more with who you are, and what you're willing to give up along the way? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy comparisons like this, why not hit subscribe for more content like this? And if you're not watching any action movie right now, click into our next video right here. You're going to love it.